All right, so we've seen some conflicting reports over the last few days. Last week, new Attorney General Pam Bondi said that she had the Epstein list, the Jeffrey Epstein list, I guess the client list, and some other Epstein related records sitting on her desk, and she was going to be releasing those imminently. Then the White House said, no, we're not releasing any of that stuff. And people were like, and a lot of people on the right, a lot of, right-wing MAGA Twitter influencers, who whatever you want to call them, lost their shit totally. Going, expressing outrage that the White House would make that decision. You completely forgetting that Donald Trump and Jeffrey Epstein were best friends for 15 years. I mean, they were buddies. They were good friends for 15 years. Donald Trump's best friend was a sex offender who focused his activities on minors. Donald Trump was sued by a woman who at the time had been 13 years old. I believe her name is Katie Porter, and she alleged that Donald Trump had raped her at Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan home. Brownstone, I think it is, whatever. And apparently at the time that happened, 13-year-old Katie Porter looked exactly like a 13-year-old Ivanka Trump. Ooh. So then tonight, Pam Bondi was on Fox News, her former network, with Jesse Waters, saying that she is going to release some files tomorrow, on Thursday. She said, Jesse, well, there are well over, this will make you sick, 200 victims, she responded. So we're well over 250 victims, actually. So we have to make sure that their identity is protected and their personal information. But other than that, I think tomorrow, we're going to release these things tomorrow. Just breaking news right now, you're going to see some Epstein information being released by my office. What you're going to see, hopefully tomorrow, is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information. But it's pretty sick what that man did, that man who for 15 years was Donald Trump's best friend. And what she said last week, it's sitting on my desk right now to review. There's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing the JFK files, the Martin Luther King files. That's all in the process of being reviewed. I mean, can you imagine? So picture this. Picture this, like you've just started, you're a super hardcore MAGA pro-Trump, attorney who you just got hired in the Department of Justice to work in Trump's second administration. You took the job as somebody who'd been there for 15 years, who worked on the January 6 cases, and now you're super MAGA and you have their job, and you get a big pile of documents on your case or on your desk, and Pam Bondi comes in and he's like, hey man, don't tell anybody, but I need you to go through this page by page and cross out everywhere it says Donald Trump. Donald Trump had an entire page inside Jeffrey Epstein's little black book, his phone book. There were over a dozen phone numbers for Donald Trump in Jeffrey Epstein's little black book. They'll never understand.